So the sound of that train as it passes each day kind of reminds me that life is affirming. Hear it? Hear it? Takes me back to when I was a child, which I have a pretty fond memory of. And I remember well. I remember it being so many of us and mom taking care of everybody else's kids who didn't really want these kids that they thought they did. Uh, we used to have a cupcake, the Yankee Doodles. Grandma used to give everybody a cupcake and a glass of milk. She was my mother, but she doubled as grandma because everybody called her grandma. And since I was the youngest, all the kids that were around me, my nephews and nieces, I was a nephew, I was an uncle at the age of 8. Yeah, socks. Let's get down to the gist of it. Clean socks. Having clean socks, clean underwear, clean t-shirts, having these things were always something special. Because, very special, because I rarely had them. I had to make sure I took care of my socks or underwear if I wanted my under to be comfortable with that which I wear. I went out in search of what was happening. It was like innocence. I needed to know because I didn't have daddy there to tell me what's a square. I didn't have daddy there to tell me from where do we get air. And I damn sure didn't have daddy there to tell me about those dangerous people in uniform over there. Oh yeah. See, mom told me what she told me, and most of what she told me was emotional. Trust people. Not everybody's gonna dislike you. My mom didn't teach me that, and my mom was very close to Caucasian. Her mother's mother was Caucasian. Father was a man who was a human with skin that absorbed the sun. See, and that doesn't mean they're not human. I say that because we have a hue. I'm a man. So for our Caucasian brothers and sisters, we have to say genetically engineered humans because genetically the engineering was to erase their hue by DNA, by scientifically playing with their deoxyribonucleic acids. So off of that, mom was soft and kind and loving. And she taught me to embrace people, She didn't teach me like most other, the other side, our Caucasian brothers and sisters. They come from parents who can be some pretty mean people. And so do we, but not me. I didn't. I can speak for me, and I can speak for what I see and what my friends have told me, that their parents were they told them that we were bad. But I'm not angry because Caucasian people told their kids that humans with skin that absorb the sun were bad. I realized that it's from the books. See, when you open up a book in the 3rd grade and you see the guy who looks like your dad in a uniform and the guy who looks like my dad in chains, it will emotionally kidnap you, lynch you. It'll lynch you by the brain to think, wow, I'm better than him. And for me, wow, I'm less than them. I'm better, you're less. You're less, I'm better. See, you're better, I'm less. I'm less, you're better. No, but that's the way the strategy of whiteness came into existence. It was a strategy. There was a time when the Irish, they would tell you how we helped them, how our ancestors helped their ancestors and went through the same stuff they went through. See, people don't hate you because you're dark. They just use that as an excuse to rationalize their behavior. It's like cognizant dissonance. They know it's wrong, but they say, oh yeah, but they deserved it. They deserved it. They were doing something because they don't want to embrace. Hey, let me go deeper. They don't want to teach you about what folks who look like you did to folks who look like me. They don't want to teach that critical race theory. They don't want you to know what you're capable of. The people who you've come from, what they've done, and what they're capable of. Raping, robbing, pilfering, to acquire things. Everything they have and the generational wealth they pass on comes from their ancestors killing, raping, murdering, pilfering, to acquire, to appropriate other people's stuff. So now when I grow up getting more mature, because we don't get old. We don't get old. You think we get old because we start to look different and we're maturing. As I got more mature, I became grateful rather than hateful. Having clean underwear, socks, t-shirts, overgarments, something to put on my back, just in case I wanted to go somewhere. I mean, I didn't have to go anywhere, but just in case I wanted to go anywhere, it was there. I didn't always have it like that. And that kind of helped me to develop into a person who appreciates, not appropriates, into a person who would rather see you enjoy yours than for me to steal it so that I can try to enjoy. That is, after I destroy your joy. And I wasn't interested in that. That's not something I wanted to do. What I wanted to do was open up an opening that would open me up to the openness so I can embrace and enjoy it. Because most of my life, I was into instant gratification. I wanted to feel right away. I just needed to, if I smoked something, I wanted to feel something right away. If I ate something, I wanted to taste something right away. If I did something, I was a victim of instant gratification. And instant gratification is not where it's at. It really isn't. You're probably a lot better off learning about delayed gratification. Because with delayed gratification, you can open up that opening. No matter how long it takes for the openness to be open, you could avoid having to hate and learn how to recreate or refrigerate that hate. Grateful, gratitude. I see the sunshine. Sometimes I think about half the time that goes on through the line of lying with the lies that went through my mind. Told to believe what we were taught to believe. And I no longer believe, because for me to believe means I don't know. And if I don't know, I should doubt. I don't trust anyone enough to take their word. I trust you enough to give you the chance to show me who you are, because you have to trust people to be who they're going to be. If it's a snake, he's going to bite you, and you have to trust him to bite, but you can avoid him biting you. It's called distance. If you don't like something, avoid it. If people don't want you in their restaurants coming to eat, sitting around them, don't go there. What you're doing comes from low self-esteem. When someone says to you, we don't serve your kind, you have to ask yourself, what kind of information is that? It's informing you that if you do eat anything there, it's a good chance they're going to put something in your food, spit, feces, whatever, because they told you they don't serve your kind. When they say we don't serve your kind, they're saying that they believe they're a different kind. And when someone thinks that they are something that they are and you're not, you might want to let that go, because it's not an insult, we don't serve your kind. It's information if you play and tune in to the brain station. It's called mente. Mente because it's the mind. Elementary, it's mente. Recognize that, because it is what it is. Life is affirming. Mothers, fathers, some of us never had a father. Some of us don't go no farther than a father. Some of us had mom. Nevertheless, a lot of us didn't get what we needed. See, mom always said, or dad always said, and the most immature moms and dads, which they've all been kept dumb, the system, you see the system, school they go through, they always said, when I have kids, I'm going to give them everything I never had. And they forget the one thing that they didn't have, and they never give to their kids. It's an education. Influence. Influence should come from the parents, not the education system. The education system should be able to tell their tale, and the kids should be influenced from you, the parent, to know what's believable, what's not believable, because nothing is believable, nothing is not believable, but it's either you know it or you don't. Don't waste time believing or trying to figure if something's believable, because anything's believable, even a lie. You want to know. When you know, this way you don't have to doubt. Never give in and trust anyone. Cover yourself. Protect yourself. Keep yourself protected from the outside lies and propaganda, from those who regurgitate, from the miseducated who are misled with misinformation. See, you're better off having less information than to have misinformation, because the beaten is the teacher. And if you don't have enough ass to last, you're going to have to get off that beaten line, where life could be fine as wine, but even if it's not fine as wine, you still want to stay off that line. And if you're going to take a beating, you got to pick the beating that doesn't leave you unconscious. Pay attention, because it's a good thing. Life is full and fruitful. If people didn't think they were black or white, there would be so much fun and so much less to fright. Ask yourself, why does that exist? Because white is a strategy to keep you away from me, to keep you from recognizing together how, look at the basketball teams that play. Caucasians and brothers whose skin absorbs the sun, okay? Humans and genetically engineered humans. You call them black and white, I refuse to. They play together. They win championships. Look at baseball. If he thinks he's black, he thinks he's white, they don't care. When they come to play, they're out to get a ring, championship. We have to figure out how to be like a football team, if nothing less, or more, if it's the only thing we could do. Why I say that? Because you have all sorts of colonized mindsets, all sorts of colonized mentalities, cultures on the team. And if they play and their aim is the same, they win championships. See, that's in sports. That's entertainment. That's not real. Let's win a championship in life-affirming activity. Let's you smile when I smile. See, my cat jumped in. She thinks it's a good idea. Eli jumped in. She thinks it's a good idea. Why not we smile? Why not we all smile? Come together. She knows she could jump on me. She knew it was okay to jump on me. She knew. She just jumped right on me, just like that. And she's doing a nodding thing, you see? And that's what it's about. Coming together, knowing that you can come to me and trust me, to be there, to lean on me, to need on me, to do what you have to do on me. You see? You see that? Look, you see that? You see? That's what she's doing. That's what she's doing. And it's okay. She's doing her thing, and I'm okay with it. You see? So, what we want to do is recognize that we have the power to be like a team. We could win a championship. If only you thought you could overcome and believe, not to believe, and relieve yourself from even thinking you have to believe. Because anything you believe means there's no physical evidence. So you're taking someone's word from something they said and you overheard. Just like that. Just like that. Yeah, and that's what we say. We figure if they're going to do it, we're going to do it. My uncle felt like that, I'm going to feel like that. No, it's not how you win. It's only one coach on a team. It's only one coach and one mindset. And when we all play from that same mindset, we can let the creator be our coach. What would the Creator do? What do you think the Creator would do? Look what He did for me and you. Look what it did. Look what it did. What do you think the Creator would do? Look what the Creator did for me and you. Pay attention, man. It's just that simple. You have brothers and sisters. Some are on this, some are on that. You have fathers and mothers. Some do this, some do that. But we all have something that was instilled in us. And it's mythology. That myth of thinking we're different. Even if there are differences, we still follow the myth. We'll accept differences. Oh, she's got blonde hair. I've got red hair. Doesn't create no prejudice. Maybe a little envy because people say blonde, this, blonde. However, he's got dark skin, I've got light skin. And if we let that separate us from going deeper within, then we could never win that championship. We have to follow a coach. We have to take the information. We need directions. And they didn't just hang my heroes, they killed your heroes too. Pay attention. They call them orphan trains. And a lot of us don't know from whence we came. Pay attention.